You stand on a platform. The train you needed left 1 minute ago. The job you wanted went to someone else. The person you loved chose another path. And the mind whispers its old verdict. You missed it. You failed. It's gone forever. But what if that's not the story? What if the train that left was carrying you away from what you actually needed? What if the closed door was protecting you from a room with no windows? What if loss was not subtraction, but redirection? Today you'll hear an ancient truth dressed in city clothes. If something is meant for you, it will find you. Not as magic, not as passive waiting, but as a law as precise as gravity. You'll discover how to stop chasing smoke, how to plant seeds without strangling them, how to walk with purpose while trusting the road, and how to recognize what's yours when it finally arrives, sometimes late, sometimes disguised, always on time. This is what happens now. Someone releases what they thought they needed. They breathe, they act, they wait without shrinking. And one morning, what was meant for them knocks softly, not as reward, but as recognition. The universe doesn't negotiate, it aligns. The common enemy has a face. It's called grasping. That tight fist around outcomes, that voice demanding guarantees, that sleepless accounting of what you deserve versus what you received. Grasping believes effort equals entitlement. Buddhism teaches something more intricate. You plant causes and trust conditions. Imagine a farmer. He prepares soil, drops seeds, waters with care. Then he sleeps. He doesn't dig up the seed each morning to check progress. He doesn't scream at the sky demanding harvest. He tends what depends on him and releases what doesn't. Rain will come or won't. Sun will shine or hide. His dignity lives in the planting, not the forcing. You are that farmer. Your words are seeds. Your actions are seeds. Your intentions are seeds. Some sprout quickly. Others sleep underground for seasons. And some, the ones you forgot, bloom years later in a garden you didn't know you were building. The mind wants control. It wants to write the script, cast the actors, direct every scene. But life is not a screenplay you write alone. It's a collaboration with forces you can't see. Weather, timing, other people's freedom, causes planted long ago by hands you never met. The web is vast. You hold one thread, pull too hard and it tears, hold it gently and it weaves. There's a teaching, karma, often misunderstood. It's not cosmic punishment. It's not a celestial accountant marking debits and credits. It's simpler and wilder. Every act carries consequence. Every thought leaves residue. Every word sends ripples. You don't control where the ripples go, but you do choose the quality of the water you disturb. When you speak with kindness, you create conditions for kindness to return. Not immediately, not transactionally, but the field shifts. When you act with integrity, even when no one watches, you train the instrument of your character. That training compounds, not as reward, but as becoming. Here's the paradox. Trying to control outcomes exhausts you. Letting go of outcomes doesn't make you passive, it makes you effective, because you stop wasting energy on battles you can't win and focus entirely on the gesture that is yours alone to make. A woman applies for a position. She prepares well, speaks clearly, offers her best. They choose another. She could spend weeks replaying the interview, imagining what she should have said, resenting the winner. Or she could thank the door for closing and ask what door might be opening elsewhere, not as denial, as redirection. 2 weeks later, a friend mentions an opportunity she wouldn't have considered before. It fits her skills more precisely. She applies. She gets it. Later, she learns the first job would have required travel that would have torn her life apart. The rejection was protection. She couldn't see it then. She sees it now. This happens more than we admit. The breakup that felt like death clears space for a love that actually sees you. The failed business forces you to learn a skill that later becomes your foundation. The delayed flight puts you in a terminal where you overhear a conversation that changes your next 10 years. You can't plan that. You can only be available to it. Availability requires something strange. Patience mixed with action, not waiting like a stone, waiting like soil, ready, open, enriched by what decomposes. The city teaches this daily if you look. A cafe you never noticed appears because you took a different route. A book falls from a shelf. You pick it up. Inside is the sentence you needed. A stranger asks for directions, and in that exchange, a friendship begins. The universe doesn't email you an agenda, it leaves clues. But clues require attention. Attention requires presence. And presence requires you to stop running so hard toward what you think you want that you miss what's actually arriving. Here's where practice sharpens the blade. 3 daily gestures that attune you to what's meant for you. Morning intention. Before touching your phone, place one hand on your heart. Say softly, "Today I plant good causes and trust the harvest." That phrase isn't decoration, it's alignment. It reminds you of your role, the planting, not the weather. Midday release. When frustration appears, when the deal falls through, when the message doesn't come, take 3 long exhales. Feel the fist loosening. Say inwardly, "If it's mine, it will find me. If it's not, I make space for what is." Then, act on what's next without bitterness. Move the chair you can move. Open the window that opens. Evening gratitude. Write 3 things that arrived today, not things you chased, but things that appeared. A kind word, a green light, a sudden idea, a stranger's smile. Training the eye to see what arrives without force builds trust in the process. You realize you're not alone. You're accompanied by a current you can't see but can feel. There's another layer. Detachment. That word scares people. It sounds cold, distant, uncaring. But Buddhist detachment is not apathy. It's warmth without chains. It's love that doesn't strangle. You can care deeply and still release outcomes. You can try your best and still bow to what's beyond your hands. Detachment means you don't tie your worth to results. You don't collapse when the plan shifts. You don't turn bitter when life says not yet or not this. Picture a mother holding a child's hand. She guides, she protects, but as the child grows, she loosens her grip. Not because she loves less, because she loves well. She knows grasping too tight cripples. Releasing with care allows flourishing. Apply that to your desires. Hold them like you'd hold a bird, tight enough that it doesn't fly into danger, loose enough that it can breathe. If it's meant to stay, it stays. If it's meant to fly, your tight fist won't stop it. It will only hurt you both. This doesn't mean you stop trying. Effort matters, discipline matters, but effort without attachment to the fruit is yoga. It's practice. You do your work because the work itself is worthy, not because you've made a deal with the universe. A craftsman carves wood. He doesn't carve to be famous. He carves because the wood asks to be shaped and his hands know how. Fame may come. It may not. His peace doesn't depend on applause. It depends on the integrity of the gesture. You are that craftsman. Your life is the wood. Shape it with honesty, with care, with presence. The world will respond in ways you can't script. Some responses will feel like blessings, others like betrayals. Both teach. Now the hard part. What about the things you wanted desperately that never came? The relationship that didn't work, the dream that died, the health that didn't return. How does if it's meant for you, it will find you apply there? Buddhism doesn't deal in false comfort. It doesn't say everything happens for a reason if reason means hidden benevolence. It says everything happens from causes and conditions. Some conditions you influence, many you don't. Pain is real, loss is real, injustice is real, but meaning is also real. And meaning is not given, it's made. You make it by how you walk through the fire, by what you learn, by who you become, by the tenderness you extend to others who burn. What didn't arrive may have carried a lesson in its absence. The absence itself becomes the teacher. You learn your strength. You learn your resilience. You learn you can survive what you thought would destroy you. That knowing is a gift, even if you wouldn't have chosen the wrapping. And sometimes what you think you want is a smaller, shinier version of what you actually need. The mind wants the quick win, the easy yes, the comfortable path. Life offers something harder and deeper: transformation, growth, the soul's real work. You wanted the job. Life gave you unemployment that forced you to face patterns you'd been avoiding. You wanted the partner. Life gave you solitude that taught you to stop abandoning yourself. You wanted certainty. Life gave you mystery that trained you to trust without maps. Not every no is punishment. Some are invitations to a larger yes you can't see yet. The trick is not to close so tightly around the no that you miss the yes arriving from an unexpected angle. Here's a practice for the moments when what you wanted doesn't come. Sit quietly. Acknowledge the pain. Don't bypass it with spiritual platitudes. Say inwardly, "This hurts." Allow the hurt. Then ask gently, "What is being asked of me now?" Not "What did I do wrong?" but "What is this moment asking me to see, to learn, to adjust?" Sometimes the answer is patience. Sometimes it's redirection. Sometimes it's grief that must be honored before anything new can grow. Listen without forcing an answer. The question itself opens space. There's an old image, a river flowing to the sea. It doesn't fight the rocks. It moves around them. It doesn't curse the bends. It follows the shape of the land, and it arrives always. Not on the schedule it imagined, but it arrives. You are that river. Your destination is not a place. It's a quality of being. Clarity, compassion, presence, strength. The obstacles you meet shape you into someone capable of holding what's meant for you when it finally appears. Because here's another truth. Sometimes what's meant for you requires you to grow into it first. The love you want needs you to heal the wound that would sabotage it. The opportunity you desire needs you to build the skill that would sustain it. The peace you seek needs you to face the chaos you've been avoiding. What's meant for you is also waiting for you to be ready. And readiness is built in the waiting, in the practicing, in the falling and returning, in the small dailiness of showing up even when nothing seems to be happening. Trust is not naive. It's informed patience. It says, "I don't see the whole picture, but I see my next step. I'll take that step with care, then I'll see the next one." Moment by moment, the path reveals itself, not all at once, just enough. A Zen saying goes, "Before enlightenment, chop wood, carry water. After enlightenment, chop wood, carry water." The tasks don't change. Your relationship to them does. You chop wood without resentment. You carry water without demanding it turn into wine. You do what's yours to do and release the rest. That release is freedom. Not the freedom to have everything you want. The freedom to live fully even when you don't. To be whole even in the brokenness. To trust even when you can't see. That trust is not blind. It's built on evidence. You've survived before. You've adapted. You've found your way. You will again. The city is full of people chasing success, chasing love, chasing validation, chasing peace. And the faster they chase, the more it runs. Because peace doesn't run from you. You run from it. Success doesn't hide. You look past it, scanning the horizon for something shinier. What's meant for you doesn't play hard to get. It waits for you to stop, to breathe, to notice it's already here. Sometimes it's small. A moment of stillness, a genuine laugh, the warmth of sun through a window. A task done well. These aren't consolations. They're the treasure. And you walk past them because you're hunting dragons. Stop hunting, start tending. Tend your body with rest and movement. Tend your mind with silence and curiosity. Tend your relationships with honesty and listening. Tend your work with integrity and presence. What needs you will find you, because you've become someone who can see it when it arrives. Another practice. Once a week, do something with no outcome in mind. Read a poem not to learn, but to feel. Walk not to arrive, but to move. Cook not to impress, but to nourish. Sit not to meditate properly, but to sit. These acts without grasping train a different muscle. The muscle that knows how to receive, how to be, how to rest in enough. Enough is a radical word in a culture that always wants more. Enough doesn't mean settling. It means recognizing what's present before demanding what's absent. From that ground of enough, desire becomes lighter. You can want without desperation. You can try without clinging. You can lose without shattering. One more story. A monk applies gold leaf to a statue. Someone asks, "Why so much care? No one will see the parts you're covering." The monk answers, "The Buddha sees." "I see, That's enough. His care isn't transactional, it's devotional. The act itself is the point. Bring that devotion to your hidden efforts, the kindness no one applauds, the discipline no one tracks. The truth you speak when lying would be easier. These acts are gold leaf on the statue of your character. They compound invisibly. And when what's meant for you arrives, you'll be someone who can hold it without crushing it. Time for the questions that linger. What if I've worked for years and nothing comes? What if I've been patient and still I'm empty-handed? What if trusting feels like giving up? First, redefine nothing. Nothing visible isn't nothing real. Roots grow underground before the shoot breaks surface. Strength builds in repetitions no one sees. Wisdom accumulates in small, unwitnessed choices. You're not starting from zero. You're building a foundation. Second, check the soil. Are you planting in ground that can't support growth? Are you repeating the same action expecting different results? Are you listening to feedback or defending old patterns? Sometimes patience is wise, sometimes it's stubborn. Discernment is knowing which is which. If the same door stays closed, maybe there's a window. Maybe there's another building entirely. Third, trusting is not giving up. Giving up is collapse. Trust is active presence. It says, I don't control the harvest, but I do control the quality of my seeds. I'll keep planting. I'll keep tending. And I'll stay open to what arrives, even if it looks different than I imagined. The universe is not a vending machine. You don't insert effort and demand output. It's a garden. You participate, you collaborate, you co-create, and gardens have seasons. Winter looks like nothing, but underground, roots deepen. Spring wasn't canceled, it was preparing. You're allowed to grieve when winter is long. You're allowed to feel exhausted, frustrated, confused. Practice doesn't erase those feelings. It makes space for them without letting them drive. You feel the grief and you still water the soil. Both can be true. As you walk back into your day, carry this. You are not behind. You are not forgotten. What's meant for you hasn't missed your address. It's gathering, forming, traveling toward you from directions you can't see. Your task is simple and fierce. Tend what's yours to tend. Release what isn't, and stay awake. Because when it arrives, you'll want to be present enough to recognize it, open enough to receive it, and grateful enough to honor it. The train you missed wasn't your train. The door that closed wasn't your door. The person who left wasn't your person. And that's not failure. It's calibration. It's the universe saying not this, so you have room for yes that. Trust that. Not blindly, but wisely. With your eyes open and your hands working and your heart available. Because if something is meant for you, it will surely find you. And when it does, you'll realize it was never about the waiting. It was about who you became while the seeds were underground, patient, rooted, becoming. If this teaching serves you, share it with someone walking through a season of waiting. And subscribe to keep learning how to live awake in the city with hands that plant and hearts that trust, one breath, one step, one seed at a time.